Well, good afternoon my YouTube friends, it's Margaret here from M.E.s Orchids, and this is the only way I could figure on how I can actually talk to you and be in the scene as well, because I usually do the orchid videos on the camera, and then I snap bridge them over to my tablet and to YouTube, and I didn't really know how to do this, but this is the best effort I can do, and so I wanted to get more of my face on, but unfortunately I can't. All you're seeing is this big camera, isn't it? And I do apologise about that. Even if I come a little bit further away, maybe you'll see me talking. That's better, isn't it? And I just wanted to wish all my subscribers a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays if you're in America. And I do hope the festive season brings you much joy and happiness, and that in the new year we have peace throughout the world and good health for those who are not in good health at the moment. And I'll just take you a little tour around and give you a visual, because it's such a nice day today. So bear with me while I just swing the camera around, and I'm going to take you now over to the windowsill. And this, of course, is in our south-facing bedroom, and I haven't yet watered these succulents, but as you can see they're growing fine. Just take you this way, excuse me, and maybe in the new year, maybe that one wants a little bit of water. That leaf looks as though it's a little bit wrinkled, and I might have one that's just starting to wrinkle a little bit there, so I may just water them. I'm a little bit hesitant to water too much because they're actually in coconut husk. And this is this other nice one. And what's this one called? This is one of those that Fernanda very kindly named all of them for me. There we go. And maybe that's ready for a water now. We've got brilliant sunshine at the moment, and I thought it's a good opportunity just to pan you around, give you a look at some of our Christmas decorations while I'm at it. So if you'll bear with me a minute, we'll go over here, and this is our little decoration for our bedroom. Now bear with me, and I'll go through now to the orchid room. And here we are in the orchid room. It's 21.4, it's 69% humidity. If I just switch the fan off for a moment. There we go. And these mounts have just been watered. A new addition to the mounts is this Dendrobium Friedrichianum. I put these 3 cakeys and put them on this mount here. The rest of the mount's fine. I did notice on this one last week, this is the Dendrobium williamsii. It's got a new growth there, and I think it was attempting to, there you see, was attempting to bring another one up. Now whether it will, I don't know. And this is the Pseudolamelatum. The flowers have all dropped now, and it's just giving me a new growth. That's the little species Phalaenopsis. Here we go. And that inflorescence there is very, very slow. There we go. Seems to like it in this room, and that just hangs there. And that's the other Phalaenopsis, the little tiny one I've put on here, and that's Finleyi by Stewartiana. I did have another emergency remount, and I'll when I pan round, I'll show you what that which plant that is. And these are all the Phalaenopsis now. They're just doing fine. That's the Andean Fire that I repotted last week. This is the frag M.E.s Orchids. That just a little cutting that I had off Ed, and it just wants to drop its leaf here for some reason, so I've got it just wedged up there. I think it's starting to show signs of accepting my environment, because it looks as though there's a tiny little development there. And if we go down here, and of course there's no light on it, but that's little Zorro, and it's extending out, and it's also extending out there. These are the Dendrobium Phalaenopsis, and I think that might be Blue Happiness. That one's finished flowering now, and I think that was Thailand Black. So if we just move quickly along, everything seems to be growing nicely. This is another one that I may mount, because I do see that Roger has got his mounted, and this is Tetragonum. Now this is only tiny. Well, there's two in here, and I have to be careful that it doesn't actually dry out, because once it dries it doesn't like that. But as you see, I've got lava rock and there's a layer of sphagnum moss, and it seems to be alright, so I'm just going to keep my eye on that one. Everything else here, that's the Procatavolia Jarrat Green Star. That's doing really well. I don't think there's anything at all here that isn't doing exceptionally well. And even this Angraecum, Sesquipedale, when I explained to you that it was sending out secondary, look at that, branching off those roots. So this tells me now that I've had this in here a while. This poor plant was dizzy, didn't know whether it was coming or going, and eventually it settled down now, and the other root there, that's also now extending from there, so that's doing really nicely. And the Kingianums, nothing so far. We'll go on to this shelf here. This is directly in front of the window, and I think it's just a waiting game now. If I lift this little, bear with me, this little Lemolatum, bear with me, I don't drop everything. Those little buds should be open sometime during the Christmas period. And there we go. Again, it's just a fine line between having your roots hydrated and having them drowned. I have to be very, very careful. I've had to learn the hard way. And everything else on here is fine. We go over this way. These are just the shelves with the Phragmipediums on. They're catching the afternoon sunlight. And here's the big one here. That's Las Varinas. Behind we've got the big Cattleya Pastoral Innocence, and this is the Cattleya purpurata. It's very. I've had to support this humongous leaf here, and just out of that is this big sheath. But at the moment I can't see anything in that sheath, and but I've had to support it because it's coming out of this axil here, Can you see? That one over there, with that big bud developing, that's Pamela Hetherington. And like I explained last time I did a video, if that actually blooms, that'll be my first Cattleya bloom, so I'm super excited about that. I've waited long enough. And here we go, look at this. Oh, this is Phragmipedium Richteri. And look, there's the bud. So I've got great hopes for that one now. It probably won't be flowering for Christmas, but it looks as though that could be extending for the new year. They do like how this winter sun comes low enough and it catches them on this shelf here. They really do like this area. And there's that one there, that's Olaf Gruss. Now here's the other one. This is Phalaenopsis Chia Yinlin Variegator. And what I've had to do with this one, if I just pull it off. I had an emergency repot the other day. I don't know what made me decide to look at it, but I did. And we had visitors, so I would have liked to have videoed it for you. But unfortunately, I run out of time. Now you can see the roots. That's all we've got. It's had a lovely root system. And first of all, it came in sphagnum moss. That was fine. I hadn't got a problem with that, except we were going into our winter and I couldn't have it in sphagnum moss. And so then I transferred it into bark, and it was the Melrose bark. And I just happened to lift it out just to see whether or not it wanted any water, and I did notice some mould spores over the bark, and I wasn't very happy with that, so I decided to take it out, and lo and behold, all the roots except these had all desiccated. And so that completely threw me in panic mode. And fortunately I'd got this nice piece of wood, and if I just left her, I'm just lean her here, because she's quite heavy, and I wanted this, there we go, I wanted this to, if I was going to mount it, it had to go onto a mount that could hold its weight and also hang down. Because on a mount I like them either partially tilted or hanging down, and this one's now hanging down, and it's the same as this one over here. This one hangs down and it seems quite happy that way. It's just, I don't know whether I can take you this way and show you those in the window. Unfortunately, like I say, the sun's against us now. This one's ready for a water. This is the Crew Momentum. The Delicatum's still in the garage. This is the bottom shelf down here with the big Coelogene Burfordiense, and that's the Thias there, which I won't disturb at the moment, and that's the other Coelogene down there. And if we're going to, there we are with the Phalaenopsis, they're doing really nice. And this is the Pathiopedilum Bellatum by Rothschildianum, and that does like that little spot there. And that's the Sidera japonica. Nothing's happening a lot. This is the Colopa Kingii, and look at that. Now this loves it. This loves this little spot. That leaf is coming up really strongly. And this is one of the smaller Phragmipediums, and this is Pathiopedilum Rothschildianum Giant Wings by Titanic, and that one's doing really well. All in all, I don't think we've any room to complain. Everything, if I take you round and just quickly pan round, even little Stumpy here. There's little Stumpy. It's got that root, and think we can now move on to another room. That's the Phalaenopsis tetraspis. That seems to like it in this particular spot. I think once you find the correct spot for your orchids, if you don't disturb them, just water them. This is the named Cymbidium. It's got this new growth there. Oh, let me just show you there. That's that leaf on that Oncidium powii. So I'm super excited about that one. But so during 2019, I've learned all about my environment. I've learned all about what is considered adequate water for some and drowning for the others. It's been a really big learning curve this year, and it's been a lot of hard work. At times, you know, you think to yourself, oh, I can't cope with all this, especially with working as well. But I'm reducing my hours in the new year, so I'm going to have 4 days at home. Well, that's 2 at the weekend and Monday and Tuesday off. And so I'm looking forward to that. And but I water only with rainwater. I feed, but I don't overfeed. And the room here, 72% humidity, 22.2 the temperature. I'll just switch the little fan on and we'll move out, and I'll take you through the landing and down the stairs. I always forget to actually video these two, and this is my Pleurophthalus restopoides, and I don't know what that is there. It hasn't got any roots coming out of it yet, and there's something developing, because it has got the tendency to give roots, but that's not given any roots yet. That just sits high up here, and that's the other cutting. You see what I mean about the roots? Sorry, you won't, it's not catching it in the right light. And so they just stay here in the bathroom and just get on with things, because they don't like it too hot. They like to stay where it's a little bit cooler. So this is where the Christmas cactus is now, and it's a little bit cooler up here. We've utilised the windowsill downstairs, and but it's still giving us nice flower buds. Some more to come yet, and I think he quite likes that spot. This is where the Cymbidium was. So the Cymbidium's in the grow room, and I've just put this here. So we're just in the hallway now, and this is the little table that's got the hyacinths on, and these are the I think these are called paper whites, the little narcissi, and there we go. Gorgeous, gorgeous little flowers, very highly scented. They smell absolutely lovely. There we go. So that's the hallway, and if I take you into the living room now, this is the windowsill. We've got the net curtain on, and there we've got, this is one of the species, Amaryllis. Some are hybrid ones, that's a hybrid one. Some have taken quite a while to develop, but at last they're developing now. If I just take you around this way, there's some more of the hyacinths. Those who follow me on Instagram will have seen some of these pictures that I've already uploaded onto Instagram. But for those who don't follow me on Instagram, I thought this is why I'd bring you inside to show you the Christmas decorations. I don't know where Keith's hiding. He's hiding somewhere. That's just a Christmas decoration. And we go down through now into the dining room. Oh, he's upstairs. I can hear him upstairs. We like to make an effort at Christmas, well, Keith especially. He doesn't think that just because there's two of you, you should make the effort. Because Christmas is what you make it. And there again, we've just hung that there to give everybody the scene. There's that little African violet, my original one for 50p. He's even dressed the wine bottles up. And you can see outside it's quite a nice day outside. There's another amaryllis. This one's just breaking there. There we go, folks. And if I gently take you round, and go into the kitchen now. This is Keith's little bit of fun here. On the kitchen window. Anyway, I do hope you all have a very good Christmas. And I'll come back next year. Take care. Bye-bye now.